YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Tintin here, and today we are going to be going over my fourth place deck profile from the Planet's regional or remote regionals from earlier today. We got fourth place today, and the regionals was a lot of fun, and we got it playing a deck that most people wouldn't expect right now for 2021. We got it playing pure Zodiac. But before I go into the deck profile, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below with any suggestions, changes, comments, questions that you may have for me about the deck, about the regionals, and everything along those lines. I also want to give a few shout outs here, most notably to my friends from Zodiac, Robbie Cole, M. Cole 40, Akano, Mika, fucking Inrated, Danky, Trent, the whole fucking crew, Dosto, everybody. Thank you guys so much for just being there, helping me test, busting my ass for just stupid decisions, stupid choices, and helping me get the best deck to my ability for this event as possible. Without further ado, let's get right on into the deck list. This by far is not an optimal build, but this definitely did the job for me. So starting off, I am playing one Zodiac Bunny Blast. I prefer Bunny Blast over something like Rapier because Bunny Blast can help from targeting from spell cards or whatnot. Plus, it's really just another name for the deck. You have 3 Zodiac Thoroughblade. Never use the effect on summon unless you know your hand trap safe. It's really just your biggest speeder to go into your Borbo and to swing and hit for game. We have Whiptail. Whiptail is the funniest card, I feel, because you can go ahead and run into something and then banish it. And then the hand trap effect from the hand to go ahead and just dodge Nibiru and make your format Zeus in 4 summons is really nice. And then one of the things that came up today was Zodiac Ram Ram. Ram Ram is one of your best starters because it gives you trap protection. So say your opponent were to go ahead and imperm your Borbo or whatnot, just go ahead and detach the Ram Ram, just attack direct with the Borbo with no attack, and then just make your stack. For this build, in hand traps, we're playing 3 Ash, pretty self-explanatory. 3 Effect Veiler. Veiler was very underwhelming for this tournament. In the new build, I actually will be going ahead and cutting Veiler for something like Dimension Shifter. The only time Veiler really came up today was when one of my Sword Soul opponents went and activated Protoss, and I was able to just Veiler the Protoss and pretty much save myself and float into my cards. The one thing that really sucks for this event was I only played 1 Nibiru because I only had 1 Nibiru at the time of the event. In future builds, Nibiru will be at 3. And then final monster for main deck is 1 Pankratops. Pankratops is stuck to my hand, I swear. This card is absolutely busted when you see it, and if you open it, it's a single-handed board breaker. Amazing for the deck. On to spells, we are playing triple Lightning Storm, pretty self-explanatory. We are a blind second deck, we want to break the board as quick as possible, and Lightning Storm helps us do that. We are also on 3 Pot of Desires, which just helps us get to our board breakers and our zoos. More board breakers because we're playing triple Dark Ruler No More. We're also on 3 copies of Forbidden Chalice. 1, I'm too poor to get Forbidden Droplets, and 2, Chalice I feel is just better for this format. The spice here is we're on a small Sky Striker package. We're playing 2 Sky Striker Mecha Eagle Booster, which, if you don't know what Eagle Booster does, as long as you have your Zeus in the EMZ, this pretty much turns your Zeus into towers. Makes it unaffected by anything, and then if you have 3 or more spells engraved, it literally cannot be destroyed by battle either. And to round out our Sky Striker package, we're playing 1 Widow Anchor because negates are fun, and 1 Engage. I really made someone shit themselves earlier when I activated Engage because they thought they were playing against Sky Striker, which was absolutely amazing. And now we're on to a sheer amount of one-ofs here. We are playing 1 Raigeki because, again, board breaker, really nice to see. 1 Called by the Grave never came up, but I still don't think I'd actually cut it at all. A copy of Monster Reborn and a copy of Tanky, which are all self-explanatory. The Monster Reborn we have to play since we don't have Barrage anymore. And then for the final 3 cards in the main deck, rounding this out to 41, is just 3 copies of Imperm. Now, our extra deck is pretty self-explanatory. You've got 3 of your boss monster Zeus, best card in the deck, and surprisingly hard for a lot of decks to out. I 2-0'd Phantom Knights, and I 2-0'd both Sword Soul players I played against today. And once you get a simplified game state and you can just protect your Zeus and just be sure you can keep swinging with it, that's all that matters there. You're setting on 2 Zoodiac Harambe. I was playing only 1, and I decided to not play 2 Vespanado and put the second Hammer Kong back in because there were some weird situations where you would just end on a 3 material Zeus, which was less than optimal. So I want to maximize my materials while still being able to move around and flex around with my extra deck a little bit. You've got 3 of Zeus's best friend, Borbo. This is by far, besides Zeus, the best card in the extra deck. Just literally throw it over top of Zoo, attack direct, and then just make your stack and play Jenga. And the Tiger Mortar as a 3 of as well. Tiger Mortar, a lot of people actually don't know the ruling that Tiger Mortar doesn't have to attach materials to just a Zoodiac. You can use Tiger Mortar to go ahead and attach a material to Zeus and then laugh at your opponent from there. And then you've got 3 Zoodiac Monster Reborn, which is the Chaka 9, and this is great for the OTK if you need to. So the way you do this is you have your Zeus on board, you just overlay into Chaka 9, detach, special summon your Thoroughblade, or like either Thoroughblade or Whiptail from Grave, and then just overlay this B-Boy right on top, which is Vespanado. Vespanado does come up if you're forced to go first. It can float into a level 4, or actually I think a level 5 or lower. Yeah, level 5 or lower from Grave. And then it can just help float into your Zoo plays. That's it for the main and extra. The side deck, really tailor it to the event that you're playing in. I was expecting to see a lot of meta here, and it evened out, honestly. 3 Lancia in the side. It's self-explanatory. You really don't need to worry about banishing if you have the Lancia. This is mostly for like the Flunder match, or in certain instances PK. If you saw it, it could really just end a turn 2. Then you're playing Token Collector at 3. Little Booger Boy here is pretty funny against Sword Soul. I actually didn't open this at all against Sword Soul today, but in my regionals last weekend when I was playing Tri Brigade, I saw this and it was an instant blowout, and my opponents playing a Sword Soul couldn't do anything. I played against 2 Sword Soul matches this week, or tonight, and I 2-0'd both of them without even having to go into Token Collector. It was pretty cool. We're playing 3 DD Crow because, you know, we hate DPE. So when the DPE goes to Grave, we just want to go ahead and banish it. I sided in Token Collector earlier today against Water too because they were on the Auroradon combo, but I never saw it. DD Crow against that match, I was wanting to DD Crow the Deskbot, but they ended up having the Minstrel, so I just shot it on like a random water monster. Generic Board Breaker and back row removal and Twin Twisters, it was pretty nice. I really don't have too much to say about Twin Twisters other than it's Twin Twisters. And then you've got 2 copies of Godarla the Mystery Dust Kaiju. There is a point where my opponent set 1 card face down and passed, and I just wanted to start poking for damage, so I Godarla'd it, their face down monster, which turned out to just be a Droll, just so I could go ahead and get some damage in. This is really in here for like your Flunder match or your Bird Up match. That way you can get rid of like the Barrier Statue Kaiju, or the Barrier Statue, excuse me, or the Apex Avian for the most part. And then card I didn't go into, but is still self-explanatory, is IO. So that's the deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And remember, until next time, guys, I love you just the way you are.